In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a real, scalable, self-publishing brand, starting with one of the smartest and most overlooked niches on Amazon. It is low competition, it has demand, and is the perfect foundation for creating books that actually sell. Hi, welcome to Self-Publishing Central. My name is Caroline, and every single week I share real strategies, case studies, and behind-the-scenes tips so that you can build a thriving self-publishing business. There's a very small corner of the self-publishing world that almost nobody is talking about. It's small, it's very specific, it's a niche where the books are old, the competition is practically non-existent, and the demand is consistent, especially from teachers, homeschoolers, and parents. And today we are talking about word ladder puzzle books for kids. And if you have never heard of word ladders or never considered them as a niche for self-publishing, then this is the video that could unlock an entirely new income stream for you. I'm going to show you actually what word ladders are and why they're so valuable in education, how books in this niche are very quietly earning really good royalties, even though they are nearly 20 years old, why there's so much room for fresh, updated books in this space, and how a brand new tool launching right now can help you create these books quickly and easily, even if you have no design or puzzle experience at all. So if you are tired of those very highly competitive, oversaturated niches, if you're looking for a way to stand out, if you already have an educational workbook brand and you want to add on to that, or if you're just ready to publish something that actually helps kids learn, then keep watching till the end of this video. So let's get into it. Most low content book publishers focus on the same handful of book types, and those are books like journals, coloring books, and activity books. These are extremely popular, and you can see a lot of success with these types of books on Amazon. And while those books can definitely work for you, with a lot of these really top performing niches, you have to work a lot harder to stand out. What's fascinating about this niche is that only one publisher currently dominates, and their books are incredibly old. They were published back in the early 2000s. But here's the thing. Those books are still ranking, they're still selling, and they're doing it really, really well. What that means is that the customers are actually there. They want these books and they're buying these books, but because those books are so old, they're hungry for something more modern, more engaging, and maybe more creative. So before we go any further in this video, let's just answer the question, what actually is a word ladder? So a word ladder is a simple, but it's a powerful literacy puzzle where the player or the child changes one word into another by altering a single letter at a time. So for example, they might start with the word cat, and then they can change one letter in the word cat and they will get cot. Then they can change one letter in the word cot, they can get dot, then dog, and so on and so on. And each step along the ladder builds phonetic awareness, it builds spelling skills and vocabulary, all without the child even really realizing they're learning. And they're not just puzzles, they're teaching tools used in things like reading intervention, daily warm-ups in classrooms, homeschool, language arts, and ESL and phonics instruction. Word ladders help kids understand how letters build words and then how those words change meaning with just a single shift. And that kind of awareness is foundational for early readers. Word ladders have been a staple in elementary education for decades, but as you'll see, most of the resources that are available are outdated. But teachers use them anyway because they work. And that's where the opportunity lies for us. Right now, there is a real demand for fresh, clean, modern word ladder sheets, especially if they're organized by skill level, theme, or grade range. If you can provide that, you'll be able to create a really valuable classroom resource. Educational workbooks, especially for those early learners, are one of the most reliable and profitable niches in self-publishing, and here's why. Firstly, they're practical. Parents and teachers need these tools. They don't just want them, they use them every week in real-world learning environments. Number two, they are repeat purchases. If your workbook works and your customers like them, they will come back for more, whether that's for the next skill level, a new theme, or a different grade. Number three, they are easy to scale. Once you create one format, so let's say 50 word ladders for children in grade 1, you can reuse that structure and build more books for different grades, different skills, or different themes. It's the type of business model where you can create a series and it just keeps building on itself. Number 4, they are evergreen. They sell all year round. We talk a lot about evergreen and seasonal niches on this channel. And so while there are some niches which lend themselves to do particularly well in seasonal or holiday types of themes, education is evergreen. There is always a classroom, always a homeschool parent. There's always a need for skill building. And number 5, they build authority. If you want to be known for creating high quality, seriously helpful educational content, this is a great way to do it. Over time, your pen name becomes a trusted brand. And let's not forget the big opportunity here. As I mentioned before, there is only one major publisher in the word ladder space, and their books were created back in 2005. That was 20 years ago. And this is the brand here. They currently have 4 books in their series. We'll look at these in depth in just a moment. But if you think about what was happening back in 2005 when these books were published, we were using flip phones and dial-up internet. Most classrooms just had chalkboards, but these books are still showing up on Amazon's bestseller lists and teachers are still buying them. Why? Because there's no other option. There's no newer option. And this is where you come in. If you can create word ladder books that are modern, cleanly formatted, skill aligned, and packaged as a workbook, not just a puzzle book, you could become the go-to publisher in this micro niche with almost no competition. So hopefully now you understand what word letters are, why teachers love them, and why educational workbooks are such a powerful business model. But let's go even deeper. Let's take a look at what is actually available on Amazon right now. If we type in word ladder book, word ladder workbook, or something into Amazon, we can see there is a very, very small amount of competition for this specific micro niche. And we can scroll through and see what books are available. And you'll find one name popping up over and over again. And that is these Timothy V. Raniski's World Ladder series, published by Scholastic, so traditionally published, first released back in 2005, at the end of 2005. And if we take a quick look at some of the BSRs, so this one here has a bestseller rank of 3,094. So that is performing incredibly well for such an old book. Another book they have has a bestseller rank of 7,759. And we will look at what it means in terms of royalties with these bestseller ranks. Another book, the third one, has a bestseller rank of 13,460. And the fourth book has a bestseller rank of 26,125. So all these titles sit very comfortably in the top 3,000 to 25,000 overall on Amazon, with hundreds and hundreds of reviews, even thousands of reviews. So these books are performing really, really well. And it's not because they're amazing, it's because they're the only option. So as I said, this brand has 4 books in their series targeting different grade levels. So we've got grades 4 to 6, 2 to 3, 1 to 2, kindy to 1. They do have great BSRs, and what that means, it means that they're selling. It means that they're consistently selling. Having really low bestseller ranks means that customers are actually buying these books. And so when we look through those top 4 books, we can use the Kindlepreneur book sales calculator to estimate their monthly sales, which will then also work out their royalties. When we look at that first book, it has a bestseller rank of 3,094, 112 pages selling for $9.89, and that means they're selling around 800 to 900 books a month, and the royalties on those amounts of sales is just over $3,000 in 1 month. Now, their second book, although it has a higher bestseller rank of 7,759, which means it's selling a little bit less, but this one they're selling for $21.99, and they are selling the rest of their books for a higher price too, around the $20 mark. And although it's saying here that it's got 54% off, as a self-publisher, when you publish through Amazon KDP, regardless of what Amazon decides to sell your book for, you get the royalties based on your list price. So if you were pricing your book at $21.99 and Amazon was selling it for $10, you still get royalties based on $21.99. So that's something else that I've noticed as a really positive thing for these specific types of educational workbooks, is you can sell them a lot more than some of the other types of low or medium premium content books. So when we look at this second book with the higher bestseller rank, but also a higher list price, they're only selling around 480 copies a month, but the royalties on that are just over $5,200 in a month. And so when we look at these 4 books in their series, we add up all their book sales for the month, we add up the royalties for each of the 4 books. What it means is that these 4 20-year-old books are estimated to be making over $10,000 per month. That is pretty incredible. And hopefully that means you can see where opportunity lies in this micro niche for somebody to come in and offer something new and fresh. This is not a niche that you need to break into. It's literally a niche that has just been left untouched for years, and it's just sitting there wide open, looking for a fresh approach. And what I'm really excited to tell you is that you no longer need to figure out how to build these puzzles yourself, because right now I'm going to be showing you a brand new tool that takes all the guesswork out and lets you create ready to publish word ladder books in just minutes. Creating a word ladder puzzle by hand takes a lot of time. You need to choose a starting and ending word. You need to make sure each intermediate word is real and age appropriate. You need to format each ladder clearly. You need to create an answer key and then repeat this dozens and dozens of times until you have a complete workbook. And if you have ever tried to do that manually, you'll know that it can be very frustrating and time consuming, especially when your goal is to build a book that looks clean, professional, and ready for sale on Amazon, which is your main goal. But now you do not have to do it manually anymore. Introducing the Word Ladder Worksheets Generator, a brand new tool that lets you create these full puzzle sets and solutions in just minutes. You don't need any kind of puzzle building experience, no design experience or anything like that. This tool was designed specifically for self-publishers who want to create educational workbooks without spending hours formatting pages or researching word lists. It's just easy and it's intuitive and it's fast. So all you do is upload a file or use the built-in editor to create them manually. This tool automatically builds the full ladder line by line. It's got editable clues and formatting. It generates the worksheet pages. You just then export that entire workbook as a print-ready PDF. That's all you need to upload into your Amazon KDP account and you're done. So with just a few clicks, you can create dozens of these word ladder puzzles formatted perfectly for workbooks or even classroom packets or printable products if you want to expand outside of books. This tool is so powerful, especially for a niche like this one because of the speed. You can go from a blank page to a 100-page workbook in less than an hour. So that means you can publish more books, you can test more themes, and you can build your series faster than ever. The next one is customization. You choose the words, you choose the level of difficulty. Want Halloween themed ladders? Whatever it is, you're in control. Then there's professional formatting. Each puzzle is spaced properly. It's easy to read and it's designed to look like something that a teacher would feel confident handing out in class. This tool does all the layout work for you. It's a one and done workflow. Create it, export it as a PDF, and upload it to KDP. That is it. No design software, no formatting headaches, no more hours spent trying to build puzzles from scratch. The Word Ladder Worksheets Generator is launching this week, and during the launch period, you can get lifetime access at a heavily discounted price. As always, during the launch period, you can get the tool for the best price that you possibly can. So if it is something you think you might want to get, now is the best time to get it. Now, the launch period is running from July 7th through to July 10th, 2025 only. You can get started with this tool for just $47 until the 10th of July, 2025. And after that, the price will go up to $147. And honestly, even at full price, it is worth every cent. If you're serious about self-publishing in the educational space, it is not just a tool. It's a complete solution for building a new stream of income around high value, low competition books. You also have the option to upgrade to include more features if you do want even more options and more ability to customize your worksheets even further. But this video isn't just about publishing a few word ladders. It's about seeing the bigger opportunity, because what you have here is a foundation for a long-term, sustainable and scalable self-publishing business. Word ladders are one of those rare niches where the demand already exists, competition is almost zero, and the product itself is genuinely helpful. And that is the perfect mix. If you create one high-quality word ladder workbook, there's room to grow into a whole grade level series seasonal editions, printable classroom packs, themed versions, and even digital downloads for platforms like Etsy, Teachers Pay Teachers, or even your own online store. And that's not to mention including other educational workbooks into your brand to build on all different types of skills that children need to learn when they're in school. Let's not forget how powerful educational publishing is as a business model. These books are evergreen. They sell to both parents and teachers. They can be used over and over in classrooms. They build authority over time, and they offer real measurable value to the customer. You're not just entertaining someone, you're helping a child learn, and that is really powerful. When you create something that's both helpful and profitable, you're creating a business that's both meaningful and sustainable. And that is what we are all looking for, something that is meaningful and sustainable. So let's say you publish your first word ladder workbook. What's next? Don't stop there. You've already done the hard work of learning the process. So now you can scale and build a series and build a brand in this niche, in the educational workbook niche. And it all starts with one well-executed workbook in a niche that no one else is paying attention to. And the word ladder worksheets generator is your shortcut to getting started right now. So as I mentioned, this tool is available now, but only at the launch price from July 7th to July 10th, 2025. After that, the price will go up. So if this niche feels right for you, now is the time to jump in. Link is down in the description below. If you've been stuck in competitive niches, overwhelmed by too many options, or just unsure where to start, I hope that this video gives you clarity. You don't need to be a teacher. You don't need to be a designer. This is just your opportunity to create books that actually help kids learn and that actually sell. So go build something that actually adds value to people's lives. And I'll be cheering you on every step of the way. And if you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you might like these ones too. So please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own books on Amazon KDP. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.